Right. Can I mooch about down here? I can. Right. Now, I assume if I go up here, I'm in trouble.
I should seek a better way to the surface.
I'm trying!
It would be better to turn back.
Yes, I'm trying. Okay, actually, that's a very good point, Bray.
I should seek a better way to the surface. It would be better to turn back.
Shush. Right. Is there something in here?
This well must empty directly into an underground river.
Oh, right.
These are the tools of a butcher.
Please tell me that that isn't what I need to have discovered.
This well must empty directly into an underground river.
I've already looked at that. Is that really it? Lots of keys. You need to find another. Right, so I can't go upstairs, so it has to be that. That has to be the only thing, which is a very silly thing because it doesn't actually. That's not given me an item.
I haven't examined everything yet.
I have. I have. I have. It's not my fault if things won't open. I can't look at the arm. We've looked at him.
This lock is too complex for this tool.
Inventory then. Oh, do I do something with the poker?
Oh my god!
It's a bluebird.
These birds are from the aviary. They served a purpose beyond mere decoration.
They'd got dyed blue. Right, okay.
What's this? A battery with a crank starter. No doubt used to stimulate his patience.
Okay, so... Am I done now, game? Oh.
The faint signs remaining on this blackboard are in phonetics. It appears that people were forced to recite some text with no real understanding of its meaning. It's a pity that the text was erased.
On the blackboard in Guy Jax's workroom, I found faint traces of phonetic inscriptions. It would seem people were given this text to recite, most likely by force. The use of phonetics suggests these people were unfamiliar with the language and therefore also unable to grasp its meaning. Unfortunately, the doctor erased the writing after the had finished with his lesson. He had finished? They had finished? The exact wording and meaning of the text is not clear. This method of teaching the subjects an unknown phrase through forced memorization could also explain the horrific experiments performed on the brains of the talking birds. Who is capable of repeating better than a minor bird? Am I done now?
These birds are from the aviary.
Oh, not done.
A notebook detailing the experiments conducted by Mr. Gyjax.
Doctor. 1. Theory. By comparing the cerebrums of talking birds and the patients, we will find similarities in shape. These similarities in shape will imply similar functioning. In particular, the portion of the human brain which corresponds to that of birds, governs both vital functions, common to all higher beings, and the formation of articulated sounds. Practice validates this theory. A patient whose cerebrum portions not replicating talking birds were destroyed continued eating and producing sounds that they had no real significance. Number 2. Theory. If a patient's life is maintained and gradually parts of his cerebrum are removed, it should be possible to identify which human functions correspond to each distinct section of the cerebrum. Therefore, this procedure will identify the sole cerebral functions that serve our experiment, those that enable the individual to survive and produce precise, articulated sounds. We may then remove all except these core cerebrum elements in our subjects. Ew. Basically lobotomizing people so they can't do stuff you don't want them to do. Practice validates this theory. Oh, please not. Unfortunately, the lack of collaboration by the subjects does not allow me to isolate the part of the cerebrum corresponding to reading or acquiring new knowledge. I do not have enough expendable patients for test subjects, as most are needed for the cause. I will have to find another way. Number 3. Theory. By using the phonetic system, the patient, regardless of nationality, learns the specified song. However, they must repeat and commit this phonetic-based song to memory while they are in full possession of their senses. The question is, will they retain the ability to articulate this learnt song after the undesired cerebral sections are removed? Practice validates this theory. The patient reacts favourably to the training and the use of phonetics. The destruction of the superfluous parts of the cerebrum does not adversely affect the patient's recent memories. In fact, these recent memories stay close to the surface and can be triggered by association with food. Once this association is established, the patient will recite the learnt song in a continuous loop, and the withholding or rewarding of a bonbon can influence the quality of that elocution further. The patients would thus be capable of fulfilling their assigned tasks submissively and faithfully without rebelling and while staying alive as long as possible. How jolly. Right, are we done now? Am I done now? Oh no.
I feel great pity for the patients who must have been tied to this machine.
Yes. Right, am I done now, game? Am I done now?
I haven't examined everything yet.
Ah! Right. What can I do? Okay, that's just not helpful. Get the poker. Yes. We've done this. If you've searched for all available rooms near Pakistan, you found that it's locked. Ah, the classroom, yes. But I can't get up there now. Okay, so that's the one we've just done with the fires. I mean, this is not helpful. I don't know what I'm missing, game. Oh, I just keep breaking things. Professor Gyjax, after reading your letter, I understand the risk of exposure by my master is great. I believe that even if we employed hair pieces, heavy topcoats and generous tips, nothing would slip him safely past this country's custom officials. As the great day draws near, my master's behaviour will become more uncontrollable, and our plans should not risk ruin due to the unwanted attention. So I ask you to keep light my master close at hands. He will enlighten you when darkness returns to cover this place. Like, I would have run around in here and found this, if they'd let me leave. Echoes from 5 New Orleans tells me our people there need more means. Make sure they have what they need so their deliveries to you are not overly delayed. I hope to congratulate you on the quality of your work when I receive your package until he accepts you among his. There's a greasy stain, apparently from an oil lamp. This specific oil is a variety that has not been in common use for some time. The person who wrote this letter must therefore have access to old stores of lamp oil. The letter is also recent, being dated a few days ago. I can infer it was posted from Europe and should have passed through countries with a reliable postal service. So we're probably looking in Western Europe. A strong odour of iodine was also detected. This letter was also in the presence of sea air before it was posted. So a lighthouse, if it's got oil. Unfortunately, the envelope it came in was not found.
Hold on. There is an oily stain on this letter. It smells of iodine. Interesting.
Letters found in Dr. Gyjax's office. They originated from various Swiss banks and show that during these last months, the doctor completed several sales of precious stones. We already know this. Each transaction was for a great amount. He must have a real treasure. These letters also reveal funds were transferred to specific bank accounts in London and New Orleans.
Unbelievable. These letters are from various Swiss banks and show that the doctor made several sales of precious stones over these last months, and each time for higher profit. He must have access to a real treasure. I see numerous
I just read that. Thank you. Right, can I leave now? 2, 3. There we go. So we've heard a few things about New Orleans, but we've got this lighthouse. And I think the lighthouse... Wasn't there something early on about a lighthouse? I think there was. Really early on the Strand? No. Northern Lighthouse Board announces the loss of their faithful employee Matthias Fernston. Security guard at the lighthouse lasts 23 years. The position will stay with his family, and his nephew Bart recently returned from India. but we don't actually know where that is other than the north. The north of Great Britain. Right, up we go. Just wondering where we're going next. Oh, that's what this is. Ooh! This is the washroom.
No challenge here. It is a primitive lock. Any simple metal tool should allow me to force it.
I've got a poker.
No challenge here. It is a primitive
Okay.
lock.
Spoon?
Pardon me, sir. I need your help. He doesn't seem to hear me. Moriarty! Moriarty, my worst enemy and a man who was presumed dead. Who could think this demon could have survived such a great fall at Reichenbach? He seems a shadow of his former self. There is no doubt he has truly lost his memory and therefore cannot be a part of these events.
Uh-oh. Should I have done more interaction there?
Find this outsider as quickly as possible and bring him to the treatment room. I shall take care of his memory.
Professor, do you hear that voice? This man who is speaking to two others, a man of great intellect and ability, who is approaching and is even now right behind that door. You know him, Professor. Come now, Professor. You can't have forgotten so easily. Let me remind you, Professor. I am going to reveal his identity. I will tell you his name. You know him well, Professor. He is... Sherlock Holmes.
Stand where you are.
Oh, that's the stairs. That was a bit mean. It's a good thing you didn't realise. Right, is there anything else in here to snaffle? I'm going to actually just quickly look at it. Is there anything up here? Because there might be. I'll just see if he says anything. Yeah. You have to talk to him, go up the stairs. Okay. Okay, so we just go up the stairs. Okay. I was just wondering if there was anything there we needed. And we need to get our disguise back. No, we can't.
At last, the laundry. First of all, I must prepare my Amos disguise.
So we grab it. And we just leave.
It is the imposter! He is here!
I'll sort you out, buddy. Come here.
The doctor is not here.
We had internal concerns arise today. Herr Director is engaged with urgent hospital matters and cannot be disturbed.
Very well. We will take this troublesome wretch along with us. Perhaps tomorrow the doctor and I will be able to discuss our other matter. First of all, my friend, you should know that you have been dealing with two famous professionals. Your deceit has failed, and you should know that it is impossible to confound us. Who are you, and why have you come here?
What is your opinion, Watson?
Holmes!
Quick
But
change.
what are you doing here? And you are as white as a sheet. It seems as though you met a ghost.
It's quite possible, Watson. Quite possible.
Wow.
You should have told me about your plans, Holmes.
Definitely not, Watson. You would have acted in an unnatural manner and done everything to persuade me against my course of action.
Fairly sure that is in the books.
You can be sure of that. Good God, Holmes, think of the risk you took.
Indeed, Watson, and I hesitate to reveal my further plans. They are likely to be far more dangerous.
Will you explain?
Even though I know the crux of this affair began in Europe, and even perhaps in England, we have no elements indicating the when, the where, and the how. Our only lead would have us travel to a continent not our own, one that is wild and untamed in many ways. I assume that you now know the name of our next destination.
Okay, so it's definitely not Europe. So it's not going to be up wherever the Northern Lighthouse Board is. So the other place that's been mentioned a lot is New Orleans, which is on a different continent.
You are quite correct, Watson. New Orleans, Louisiana, located in the wilds of America, our nemesis has a group of his men there, and we must arrive in time to stop them. We must make haste to Le Havre and book ship's passage immediately. I took precautions before our departure from Switzerland, but it is imperative we maintain the utmost secrecy regarding both our true identities and our destination. We are dealing with a cunning and powerful adversary, Watson. Quite powerful.
Quite powerful.
Do you require assistance, young man?
Okay. Some kind of a puzzle box. Ah.
Ooh.
Ah, yes, young man. As a Mr. Ho, the big detective, it is often necessary to use all of one's little grey cells to solve great mysteries.
Little grey cells.
Hercule! Hercule! Where are you? Oh, here you are. Naughty boy, come along now.
Madame Poirot, your stop is coming soon. An agent will assist you with your luggage.
Indeed, there we are. Monsieur Hercule Poirot. Okay, I like that.
As soon as we find a hotel, we shall send for our bags. I took care to leave nothing of value on board. Everything is safe and secure right here. I even have a rough map of the city. As you can see, Holmes, I prepared for every possibility. And here we are in the new world. A whole continent ready to welcome us with open arms. Is this not invigorating, Holmes? Think of the challenge that lies ahead.
Indeed, Watson, but let me remind you that we have few clues and time is not our ally, and countless lives rely upon our success.
You are right, Holmes. Perhaps we should secure some local currency with our bills of exchange. At the present, we have but a few dollars at our disposal.
Well, Holmes is right. We've not got a lot of time. I think we realised we had like a couple of weeks. We had a few weeks before all the various money things happened, with the having to sell things and ship the money out, get the money over, and everything. But and this exchange of letters. But yeah, it probably would have taken us maybe 2 weeks to get down here. I think I had a quick look. It's like 2.5 weeks is probably what we would have expected to get here. But we are now here. So we're going to faff about in New Orleans. But that will be next time. Thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks for watching.